You know, it'd be a really fun gift for someone, an entire year of reading. 12 books, wrap them up, write a little bit about the book on there, and then they can pick one to read each month. Let's make that happen right here, right now. I'm actually doing that for the auction for the school that I work for, so I'm going to take you through the steps just in case you want to do something similar. Hey, I'm Kathy Ellen. I am an avid reader, a teacher, and someone who loves to share my favorite books with the world. So when I heard, hey, do you want to put something in the auction? I was like, yeah. So I have 13 books because one of the 12 books, there's a sequel and people just need those both at the same time. So they're getting 13 books, okay? Let's talk about where we source the books. Almost all of these books actually came from thrift stores or they were remainders. Do you know what remainders look like? They typically have a little dot on them like this, or this one is also a remainder. And these simply mean that these are books that spent a little bit of their life at a bookstore and then they got returned. A lot of books get returned from bookstores if they don't sell. And then they went back out into the world as remainders. So they were not read and they pretty much are new. They just have this mark so they can't be sold as new. So you can find these books at a variety of bookstores, or you can just go total thrift mode for this, depending on the thrift stores near you. Sometimes I have even found books trading out in little free libraries too. So you do not have to buy 12 brand new books. I would suggest that you actually do not do that because that's pretty expensive. If you know you're going to be doing something like this at a certain time of year, or maybe for someone's birthday or for the holidays, I suggest keeping your eye out all year long. Frequent thrift stores, frequent used bookstores, and see what you can find and kind of build your collection up slowly. I picked some of these books off my shelves because I've read them and I really enjoyed them, but it's time for someone else to read them. And some of these are my favorites. And whenever I see them at a used bookstore, I actually just grab up the copy because I know I'm going to give it away to somebody else. We have our books. Now we need to wrap them up. You do not need to get expensive with this. I have been saving paper bags from Trader Joe's or other places, and I'm simply going to wrap the books up. Not anything magical. I'll come back and talk to you after that. I'm not even going to show you B-roll of me wrapping them up because it's literally just wrapping a book. Yes, I told you I wasn't going to show you wrapping the book, but I did want to show you this. Before I wrapped the books, I wrote down in my notebook some notes about what I wanted to write on the outside of the book because I wanted to make sure I could look at the books while I was doing this and wanted to make sure I was ready with this. So I do have some B-roll of this because I wanted to remind you that you should probably do this before you wrap up the book so you're all ready to write on the books when it is time to. Okay, let's check out what they look like wrapped. I am back. I have all my wrapped books. I wanted to give you full permission to wrap some that just look absolutely horrible. Look at this one. It looks really bad. Doesn't matter. It's a good book inside. And now I'm going to write all of the things on them. What I decided I wanted to do is write something like adult, nonfiction, graphic novel, memoir, kind of along here. So when they all stack up, you can get sort of the general idea of what you're in for along the spine. And then on the front, I'm going to write things about the author and then also a few things like if you're in the mood for ... then this is your book. I also have little notes on here like GT. This is the title of one of the books. I have a little note on each one because I was not going to be able to remember exactly which book was which size. If you want to play along and sort of have a surprise date with a book, I am going to post a video. I'll link it here when it's up and you can see what I write on here and decide if it's a book that you think you would like to check out. If you just want to hear about the books, I also have done a video sharing those and I will link it here when it's ready. Okay, I'll be back with everything looking good. Got my Sharpies ready to go. Friendly reminder here that this does not need to look good. You can use your regular handwriting. If you want to do little cute drawings and stuff like that, more power to you. Whatever you want to do, you have full permission to do. I am back. I am done. Literally shaking the table. There's so many of them. So here's what they look like from the side. And here's what one looks like from the front. So I did not spend too much time. I just wrote my regular handwriting. You can make this look as pretty as you want. I just wanted to quickly get the information down about the book. I did want to update you though that all in all, getting everything formatted probably took an hour. So that takes into account writing up the information about the books, wrapping all the books, and then writing the information on the book. So if you are planning to do something like this, set aside an hour or an hour and a half. I think this is going to be a really great gift for someone. And I think it is really wise to put on the spine kind of the general details, at least the genre and what age range it's written for. So people can just grab that book if they want it. If you try this, let me know. I'd love to hear how it goes. Until next time, happy reading.